Okay, for the strength training movements, we've got 8 strength training exercises. You've got 4 upper body, 4 lower body. You've got 4 upper body push patterns, 2 upper body push patterns, 2 upper body pull patterns, 2 lower body knee dominant push patterns, 2 lower body hip dominant pull patterns. So we've got balance here. If you're to get extra sets, make sure you get extra sets in the pulling patterns, because that's what we want to emphasize for the baseball players. So what you're going to see here is the 8 consecutive strength training exercises, and I'm going to go back and show the 4 filler movements that you'll do in between strength training exercises to enhance some level of mobility or stability. So I'm going to start here with stability ball push-up plus. I'm going to show you the most fundamental stage of it, which is just feet down. Actually, the most fundamental stage for the really young guys would be knees down right here with a plus. But then you graduate to knees up. The plank is critical here. Glutes are on, core's on. And then I'll push up in pressing patterns. I want to tuck my elbows. I don't want to flare them out. I don't want to lose scapular stability. I'm going to tuck my elbows, keep my head neutral, make sure my hips don't sag forward and extend my lumbar. I got to keep a perfect plank position with this. So push up plus. And plus is just a retraction, protraction with the scapular strength back there. The elbow should not be involved there. It should be push up and plus. To your rep count. Now to make that harder, you can elevate the feet behind you. You can put a vest on, you can load somebody, you can put a plate on the back. But if you're not at an appropriate load for say a set of 8, don't go to 10 and 12 reps, just use more velocity with each rep, because there's nothing wrong with that. Alright, moving on, that's the upper body push pattern. First, lower body knee dominant push pattern is a front squat grip, split squat. So for that, couple options on how you want to grip. You can come under with a clean grip, your elbows forward, or you can do a cross-face grip. If you're new to the clean grip, it's probably going to hurt your wrist, forearms, but I think if you work on that and increase that flexibility, that'll be a more preferable hold for you. This should look just like your linear hip mobility drill when we did the split squat pattern. Toes up on the front foot, left glute on, core stable. Drive through the heel, finish tall through extension, don't finish crooked. Finish tall through extension, perform my rep count on each leg. What you're looking for there is a 90-90 pattern with the front knee and the back knee. You don't want to be here, you don't want to be here. This should be perfectly 90-90 through both knees. Upper body pull pattern. This is a prone plank row. Take a prone plank position, stabilize glute and core, shoulders back. I'm going to pull through my elbow, aggressively by my side, and then touch down soft. If I were doing a set of 8, I'd do 8 left, 8 right, alternating there. Get no rotation in the trunk, no hiking up at the hips, a perfect plank with a soft touchdown. First, lower body hip dominant pull pattern. By hip dominant, I mean that the knee's not going to flex very much, the hip's going to do all the movement. This is just like our mobility drill. We were doing that, but now you're going to add 1 dumbbell and only 1 dumbbell, because we're trying to fight rotation here and asymmetry. Hold here, stretch down, pull forward. Pull forward, work to get long. Pull forward, work to stay strong up here. You see me rounding up top, working on the upper back strength, just like you're working on this glute and hamstring, working to pull you through. If you're doing a set of 8, that'd be 8 on each leg. Second, upper body push pattern. It's a single arm incline press. So we'll set the incline at about that angle right there. We'll take 1 dumbbell. Just like the push-up, you want to tuck the elbow and not let it flare out. Also with the dumbbell, you want to come to a neutral grip right here, protect the mechanics of the shoulder, and you open it up on the way up. So on the lay back or to pull my shoulders back and down. I'm just working one at a time here. Aggressive coming up, decelerate slow coming down. Aggressive up, decelerate slow coming down. I perform the rep count of both arms for 1 set. Your second lower body knee dominant push pattern is a single arm bowler squat. So much like the split squat, I'm going to have a lot of knee flexion, which is going to require me to push up and use more of the front side muscles, but of course I always want to shoot the hip through at the top. So a bowler squat, I'm focusing on a lot of knee, and versus the deadlift, I was here. The bowler squat, I'm here. I'm bracing here. Notice how I'll finish across my foot, my right arm, push to the top. Push to the top, getting fully extended at the top. 8 reps, and that's your count on both sides. The second upper body pull pattern is a single leg, single arm row. We're going to get in a long T position. We're going to stay retracted up top to work those scapular stabilizers. Don't begin the movement until you're perfectly set and stable in that pattern. And once I'm there, row, but down slow. Pull through the elbow, down slow. Perform the reps on that side, then of course I switch around and do them on the other side. Finally, the second lower body hip dominant pulling pattern will be a pull through. Take a power band. Remember, this is a hip hinge pattern, so I'm not at all emphasizing a squat. I'm emphasizing hips back and squeeze through. Hips back, squeeze through. If I need to make it harder, I just step out more. Hips back, squeeze through. It's not that. It's not that. It's my hips getting back, pulling through. Hips back, pulling through. That's a fundamental pattern, and we'll build on that in more aggressive lifts. Now, in conjunction with those 8 strength training exercises, in between you'll have fillers. 2 mobility fillers, 2 stability fillers. First of all, your first stability filler, which will show up twice, is a rollout. This is to emphasize core stability, preventing extension in the lumbar spine. Glutes are turned on, core's turned on, shoulders and back. Just perform this for 5 reps. Active recovery. I draw it to make it easier. I can pull it in closer to make it harder to put out, but don't make it so hard that you hyperextend your lower back. 5 of those for active recovery. The first mobility filler is the single leg deadlift, which we've used in prep work. We've used now as a strength movement. We'll perform always clearing the hip through. Perform 5 of those on each hip for your filler. The next filler, quad rhythmic shoulder stabilization. For that, you'll just need to grab a med ball. For this, you need a partner here, a coach. And in this position, you have a coach just tapping on your shoulder. And what you're doing, you're getting those rotator cuff stabilizers just to fire and stabilize that joint. You perform 10 seconds on one hand, 10 seconds on the other. Your final filler, this one for mobility, will be T-spine mobility. We'll just get our foam. Set underneath your shoulder blades. Doing that, I'm just working on wrapping my upper back around that. Remember, you got 12 thoracic vertebrae. You can shift that up and down to work on the different vertebrae within the thoracic spine. 5 of those.